core four of this team has been together for a while now, right? And they've been on a heck of a journey. So I don't think they'd want to end it on a sour note. Obviously, it's tough to read into what's inside the team, but we'll see what they're showing on the server now as we head into the pistol round. 5 players grouped up in the courtyard early, and with a lot of pushing for a little bit of information, he's just found that info at the cost of a dink. Gets out alive. But the util, I don't think he's going to do too much to slow this. No, they're heading in. Smoke provides some cover. Lotto gets himself a kill. Considering how much damage he took, that's not bad. But the problem is, 2 have come back the other way. So now it's left to Dumel and Barton to try and make this retake happen. Dumel, we know how dynamic he can be. And there's the first. Evens up the numbers. The bomb's not even planted yet, John. But Barton is gone. Down for the count. It's all on to Dumel to show us some theatrics and pace. We'll escort him to the grave.
Wow, that was very chaotic there onto that B site, but it's Team 1 coming out on top, and who better to find those 3 frags out of the 5 in the round than Pesa, who has been their heavy hitter throughout Challenger League, leading the team in frags at 274, and also a team-leading ADR of 91.3. He is the one opening up the space for his squad and getting the majority of the damage on the board. So let's see if he can pick up the pace here against a very tough GODSENT squad and really lead the charge on Mirage. He's going to take a very strong effort from Team 1 across the board here, in fact, to come out with a map victory. Oh, Dumel, the cheeky Zeus!
He's got the rifle.
He's got the rifle!
Oh, Pesa fights further in towards the site. He's gained the space, but he's leaving a very dangerous rifle in towards the ladder room, and the bomb still needs to cross it. Pesa's so far forward. Oh, but he's going to be good for it. He's going to be so very good for it. And at this point, they can just leave Dumel alone. They got past him. And the question for Dumel is it worth contesting, or is he just going to try and save this gun? Because this round is looking pretty over and done. We expect him to try and find the rifle. Obviously, investment likely to come into the next round, but he'll take an encounter with IDK, and with no armor, he is a quick victim. So, starts off with the Zeus. It starts off with some fireworks, but, Sean, it ends pretty tamely.
Yeah, nothing too crazy outside of the Zeus in that round.
That's enough.
Yeah, Pesa was just methodical, calculated in his efforts on that B site, clearing every single corner and hitting every shot he had to. Of course, it's an anti-eco just going up against pistols, but we've seen that go awry so many times before, and Pace is having none of it, and Team 1 will get a 2-0 lead. Yes.
I will say, in terms of us looking for potential weaknesses here for GODSENT, obviously Pace gets very far into the site there, and he's not necessarily being watched for it. They're not swinging him together. To be fair, they're also fighting apartments at the same time, so obviously there's split responsibility. There's only so much you can do for default pistols. I don't think you could draw too many conclusions from that, but it's like it's a breadcrumb, right? We're trying to build a psychological portrait here. We just got the first tiny breadcrumb. We'll see if it leads to a whole loaf, or if I'm making a mountain out of a molehill. I think it's probably the molehill type of situation, but you know, we'll keep an eye on it. Guns are out for GODSENT, John.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. And I mean, if you look at, I mentioned XNS, not necessarily as strong statistically as he could have been this season. No, Dumel's going to get the opener here onto Pesa over the tippy top of that smoke. Yeah, he wasn't even able to be spotted out. And now a 5v4 for Team 1. We'll get back to that point a little bit after this.
Great one way there. Just kind of filthy. Just a easy little gap. And it was all he needed. So very nicely done there to find the opener. Utilities limited here. No kit either. So GODSENT would much rather prevent this from getting into a retake scenario. 2 players on A. Dumel floating. He's got a lot of freedom here to move about to kind of try and feel out the situation. Oh, that's going to tip off a lot. That flashbang. XNS doesn't realize there's one in the ladder, and Lotto gets it. So now window's been denied. They get information that there's still players here in towards mid. And here's the swing from the ticket player. Henny only gets 1. But he should set this up nicely. Does Dumel have the edge of this? No. There's no gap. There is no gap. The problem is they're hemmed in, and Dumel doesn't care if there's a gap because he's just going to go through. That is a nice round coming out from GODSENT. 4 players staying alive. Not even a sniff of a bomb plant there for Team 1.
Yeah, as a good job by GODSENT, of course, coming down and shutting things down against Team 1 with their rifles up for the first time. Also, we're seeing XNS on the UI, but fairly certain it's June in the server. But we'll have to wait and confirm that for you guys in just a little bit.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to double check
I
that
didn't
right now
even.
and see what's
It
going
looked
on.
so natural to me, John,
Yes,
that I
same.
did not even compute. I'm so used to seeing X and S in here. I think it is X and S.
It looks like it. Yeah.
All right, welcome back. I guess. I don't know. He's dead now. Whoever it is, the mystery man, and it's Taco to take two. Our information was faulty. Our information was faulty, John. We built up this whole narrative,
I know.
and it was a lie.
I mean, look, it's not necessarily a lie. He's technically benched. He's not on the active roster anymore, but I'm assuming they just said, hey, can you play this last
Time
match
for me to
or
go check
second to
and
last match?
see if he's actually on the ESCA roster.
Uh,
I mean, he's got to be if he's in the server.
yeah.
Let's see.
Look, this is overshadowing the fact that GODSENT did just get their second round victory
He's still there.
on the board. And he is still on the roster. Yeah, he looks like he's playing tonight. It
It's-
must be
it's
awkward.
XNS.
I mean, honestly,
It's
because
definitely
it's like, hey,
XNS.
you've been benched, but here, play.
Yeah, I mean, there's two ways to approach that, right? There's the screw you guys, you just benched me, and then there's the well, time to audition for my next team. And no pressure. Obviously, you don't care about the actual result, so it might be time to put some tape on there to see what you can show. This round not going to be much. Obviously, it was just the pistols, but it's clean again for GODSENT. They're now building a fairly substantial bank. Dumao at 8, 6 on 2 players from Barton and Henny, and it is looking very good indeed. We should be hopping just back into the server there in a flasher Rooney. But that is interesting that XNS is playing, considering he didn't play the last match after being benched. No. It's odd that they were like, hey, bro, can you come back? We really need to make playoffs here. And now that I asked the question of would he play, would they keep him on for playoffs? What's going on there?
I mean,
it's a big if early. Exchange in towards mid does not work out very nicely for Team 1, but they do have X and S, not for long. And this one's already disastrous.
Yeah, oh boy. What a shot from Henny. Take out TRK. This one is done and dusted unless IDK comes out and pulls off a miracle. He will not. Henny drops him for his second consecutive frag. And, well, that's going to be the round. 4-2 in favor of GODSENT. They've got 4 in a row now. And, I mean, yeah, so your guess is as good as mine as to what's going to happen with XNS. I have no idea. This is just NACS. Yay. We have no idea what's happening with the rosters halftime. Maybe that's just CS in general. But yeah, either way, I'd say that the big 3 for Team 1 are Pesa, TRK, and IDK. They've been so solid for this roster. So the fact of the matter is, XNS or not, I think they've got a very strong core to work with. And if they get a strong player, like, okay, XNS is going to get Taco, and this will be a bomb plant for Team 1.
That's amazing. Lato could have maybe denied, but he couldn't get on angle to throw the Molotov that he needed. Now 5 players alive, 1 in mid. That's a great kill coming through from IDK. Lato wandered into it, thinking there might be someone top mid, but no. He's underpassed the whole time. So now Rifle picked up. They're going to bring that into Bear. This is a really tough retake, even if you have the advantage still on the utility. Barton take 1 out of play. It might be about taking the guns out, making sure they die with that bomb. Because any death you have donates them another rifle. So, there's a way for Team 1 to get back on track. They're not going to be able to break the ego of GODSENT, certainly not with these 3 guns saved. But they crack around on through off of just running with Tech-9s around.
Yeah, that's that B site that they keep finding openings on, right?
Yeah.
I think all 3 rounds, in fact, coming on that B site. So why not continue trying to exploit that? And there you go. You got a few upgraded weaponry, weapons, excuse me, off of that one, and just pistols brought into the round prior to that. But yeah, like even without XNS, what I was saying before, I think that Pacer, TRK, and IDK form a solid core for this roster. And should they pick up a player like Malps, who might be available soon, that would really bolster their roster in a big way. That said, Henny with the aggressive peek out to mid, takes down Maluk, wins the op-v-op duel, and utility damage done against TRK and IDK in a round.
He's still fighting. He wants another peek.
Yes.
Henny in mid. Henny in mid wants another peek. He's not going to get it. TRK connects. Player above the smoke. That's a nice maneuver. Dumao gets away. He loves doing that, but he can't escape. Damage done. Not good for the second. Looked like he had it, perhaps. But the headshot, not enough with the A1S. And they've left B. A smoke in now tells Taco, hey, I picked wrong. Sorry, guys. I rotated off. Flames in to make life uncomfortable, but they're still going to be able to get this bomb planted. That can't be denied. A cheeky boost though. Is this going to net a frag? Not yet. And instead, Taco has lost. I like this angle for Lato. He loves him the smokes. But this is again looking like a situation where GODSENT might just be locked out by circumstance. This is much more doable, even with lesser utility. If they're going to do it, they got to go. They got to go soon, and there's a big kill. That's a huge one. That's going to propel them further in. Lato trying for the clutch in the 1v2. He's dancing. Pesa is low, but it's XNS to deal the death blow. And that will even up the scoreline at 4-4. And with that, the bank, it's not broken, but it's starting to show some cracks here, John.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's time for GODSENT to make an adjustment on that B site. You can't continue letting Team 1 get in there. Team 1 needed one frag, one, to get in there and find that plant. That's not acceptable for GODSENT. They need to have a second player there, especially considering how much Team 1 has gone there. But you want it the same way. I
was just going to say, they're super quick off, right? Oh, that's a bit of a blunder for Dumao. The golden boy from GODSENT is dropped early. What aggressive with that secondary AWP. They do like to run it. And instead now Barton's stuck between a rock and a very, very hard place. An explosively hard place. He will not be able to get past. Henny knows he's got a player coming out Palace and a player coming out Con, so he can't stick around. It's uncomfortable. And losing Lato towards Catwalk means that this is a terrible spot for GODSENT. The two old boys, and they're likely just going to try and hold on to their guns.
They went to the strong site too. I mean, GODSENT have been playing a lot more heavily in terms of manpower presence than the B site, but Team 1 picked them apart. And yeah, a little too eager was Dumao going into the apartments there, or into Palace with the op. TRK is going to take down Henny, who was hanging around there for whatever reason. I guess he was kind of trapped, but either way.
Gotta get one more kill, man.
Op is gone. That's going to hurt the economy big time.
This is one of those instances where I would love, obviously I don't speak Portuguese, but I would love to get a comms listen in, even if I couldn't understand it, just to get the vibe.
Maybe you can capture the emotion.
Yeah, for both teams, frankly, because both teams are in that weird spot, right? XNS is off the roster, maybe? Meanwhile, for GODSENT, like... Are there issues coming in? Are there not? We don't really know. Is it just rumors? Are they just blocking out those rumors? Or are they causing distress here? It would be very interesting to get a little bit of an inside scoop into how the vibe is within the team. This time, though, we're going to get a force buy up, but it's full rifles, John.
It's just like there's an upheaval in Brazilian CS right now.
Post-major roster shuffle, man. It always does happen. Dumao gets one before dropping. He's getting so aggressive with these peaks, man.
He really is, and well, it's Team 1 all the way here. It was a buy-up, too, for GODSENT. Yielded absolutely nothing. Taco's going to get taken down a half health from the Molotov, excuse me, and Maluk is going to take down the last one onto Taco. That will make it a 6th round for Team 1. What a recovery from them. They were down 4-2 and suddenly get 4 rounds in a row. GODSENT are reeling, and they just can't find their rhythm, so... To get back to the conversation, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say that round was so loose, man. Everyone making individual plays, individual pushes, just sort of doing their own thing. And then player getting caught out in the open on A, chasing on Catwalk. It is looking a little rough and tumble. See if they'll settle now in the eco.
I mean... Zero Nation is trying to tear apart this roster in a lot of ways.
All right.
I mean...
I get where you're going with this, John. You are a protectionist for the Challenger League. You really don't like to see Challenger League roster shift up. But we're just going to have to put that one aside for now and focus on the game that we've got in front of us, I think.
No. I just wanted to focus just on the psychological element, right?
Okay.
I think they might be feeling a little bit divisive internally, and that's why you might see more individual plays coming out. Anyway, let's see.
Kills?
Henny and Lato are going to get a couple, and yeah.
That Mag 7 was that was close. It was close, John. It was close. There's a rifle picked up for Lato. This round is not out of the woods just yet, especially if you miss the close-up op shot and deliver the bomb. That's been gifted. Dumao's now got an AWP. Now, while the nade was chunky, it's not the death blow, and that's what they needed. Lato could set up this crossfire. TRK has just been pushed back by the Molotov. Is he going to expect to push out? No, certainly not. That's a kill. It's all on IDK. He's got no health, John. He's got no health. He has an AK in hand. He has 16 points of damage. A couple flashbangs, but the first bullet will take him out of play. GODSENT steal that back with pistols. They had a Mag 7 invested. That only got one shot off and not even a kill. And otherwise, it was just pistols all the way down. Huge blunder here from Team 1 to give such a massive momentum swing back over.
GODSENT gonna pick up quite a few guns off that previous round. Lotto bringing the AK on forward. You're gonna have 3 A1Ss and the AWP to round out the buy-up. They're looking to tie things up now. Lotto getting the HE ready. Now waiting at this A site towards the ramp. Barton gets flashed to hell and back, and he does actually ensure a trade comes through at the very least with Dumao, but he will suffer the consequences as he goes down for the count. 4v4. Pesa. He's got that Molotov thrown under balcony, and now Team 1 appear to be pushing into the A site. They've got the lurk. That's XNS trying to hunt for some information, maybe make some noise towards B. He does have, well, no utility left now. Maybe just going to try and fire a few shots. Not necessarily committing to A just yet, our Team 1, but Dumao is all the way out here looking for information at top of ramp, and he's not going to find anything. Now he falls back, and Pesa still waiting, still looking. Team 1 don't have much utility left in their utility belts. They got 4 pieces, in fact, 2 flashbangs, the smoke, and the Molotov to work with. And I mean, that's not really enough to smoke out anything substantially towards the A site. So maybe XNS is going to try and find an opening here at B.
He wants to pull them off. Oh, but he's been spotted. He's been seen. And he hasn't found the all-important kill. And with no one else being seen, they're not going to react to it, right? They're still very split. This rotation will take a long time to come through as Lotto is going to try and clean up this kill. Now they can start to leave as they realize they don't see anyone. And meanwhile, Duma's been lost elsewhere. That looked like a collapse, but instead neither hits. And that's a site lost. Bomb to go down. And a catastrophe for GODSENT. The control has slipped away. Taco can get an upgrade here. Jumping for the information, but what can he do in terms of fighting back in? A smoke to cover off the defuse if they just want to go for it. But 3 players still alive. That's not an appetizing prospect, and now it's even less of one. Lotto might just be trying to slip away with a gun. They don't have much interest in allowing him that, though, and Pesa will not permit it.
Look, I know we've been talking a lot about how XNS hasn't been putting up the stats necessarily and really hasn't been as big of a contributor as we were expecting on this roster, but that was actually largely in part to his credit why they were able to take that round, because he gets towards the B site, manages to keep at least both players there a little bit longer before he goes down and does damage as well to one of them. And by that point, Team 1 has the opportunity to charge into A. They've got a 3v2 effectively, and they get the opening frag as well, which leaves very little firepower on the A side for GODSENT to counter that push, and Team 1 pick up another round and isolate the GODSENT round victory. Now Maluk's pushing up here. Great flashbang thrown for Taco to peek on forward, but they only have pistols this time, and it's not going to be enough to get a frag nor much damage at all. 1:25 on the clock. Maluk is staring through this window looking for some activity. Is not going to see too much as Taco does manage to duck away and get back to Van. But again, he's got the Zeus, but we'll see.
Come on, get one. Come on, get one. Under the window, Lato's just struck with the deagle. This could be getting risky. You'll see. Taco's gone serious now. The P250's out. The bodies are dropping.
No
What
way!
are they doing? They've got so much time, John. They don't have to rush this. And instead, long-range Zeus won't find it, but the deagle certainly will. The second round dropped to pistols here as Team 1 just funnel into a crossfire.
What happened? How does that even go down?
They first killed the deagles, and they tunnel vision, man. They tunnel vision.
Absolutely.
Left themselves so exposed.
Did not want to give up on that B side and just kept jumping out into the crosshair of Taco's waiting arms with that P250 ready to rock. 2 great frags to help get control of that
fast
round.
play.
He gets,
fast play.
Oh yeah, they're trying to go for the fast play on the B site.
Macdown.
Well, not quite. Taco's waiting.
That's an ugly bit of spray. Oh, that's a real ugly bit of spray. Lotto's dead as well as a result of it. Lots of damage done, but there's a lot of red over on the GODSENT side as well. That shot would have made life a lot easier. Instead, this is going to turn into a save to keep these guns up for the last round.
Oh, that's a gutsy call from Team 1, especially after just going down on a semi-fast play towards that B side. Decide, you know what, let's just full send it this
They're
time. Try to
going?
catch them off guard, and they absolutely they're going to try to go for this retake. It's not going to go well. I mean, TRK is going to get the headshot onto Barton, and that will call it off. There
And
they go.
if you want to talk about how's the communication in the team right now, they were just going out market to try this, and Henny was on the other side of the map. So I don't know how things are going, but it does look a little like it's every man for themselves right now in a lot of these rounds and a lot of these situations. And
I'm telling you.
catching one, but he's down. No gun save through last round of the half coming in, and once again, it's going to have to be the pistols for GODSENT.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I'm not. I know you thought I was trying to just hammer home the point of keeping ECL teams together, Mike, but honestly, it was really a point to say psychologically these guys might be in a different mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Henny and Barton who probably want to prove themselves and might be pushed to make some more individual plays that they wouldn't before, because if they're going to be left out of that roster, who knows? Anyway, we're going to get underway here. Another quick play from Team 1. They're charging into the A site, and it's going to be Henny to get one. Trades going back and forth here, 3v3. Not much for GODSENT to work with.
And they don't know he's here, but the shot misses. Oh no, that's a catastrophe. That could have swung this round back into the realm of possibility. Instead, Taco's going to make a play, and Taco's shot will go wide as well to send us to the halftime break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Well, a 9-6 lead as both teams having some unusual rounds. Pistol round wins, full rush wins, ops miss, Deagles miss, Deagles hitting. It's been a little bit of chaos here. And you know what? I'm kind of here for it. And it seems like we might get a pretty straightforward pistol round. A couple smokes thrown, some utility out, and on they go. What can IDK do with the dualies? Well, a whole lot if you overlook him. Maybe not so much, actually. Just the one. Just the one. Bomb retrieved. XNS dealt with behind the pillar, and with that, a bomb plant likely to come to fruition while the smoke's still up on window.
Was expecting a little more out of IDK in that position, to be honest, with those 30 rounds from the dualies, but TRK is going to get the headshot onto Henny, make it a 3v3, and Pesa comes back to take down Taco. All of a sudden, Team 1 are on for a very viable retake. Do they have the kit? They don't, so they have to be quick here, and TRK gets a quick headshot onto Dumal. Lato isolated, surrounded, and TRK delivers with a 3K.
All right.
And Team 1 will get that defusal. Wow.
Alrighty then. A little bit of excitement going on in there. A little bit of spice coming through as well. As Team 1 find double digits off a pistol that they look to be just about locked out of.
Wow. It's a lot of weird rounds coming through here. GODSENT, I mean, I've seen them win those rounds with ease in the past, even on pistol. That's just...
The comms are looking very disjointed tonight.
Yes, yes.
Perhaps. It is definitely looking like a little bit of a, maybe not the godsend that we're used to see. Again, outside factors could be complicating that, but let's see if they can make it shine regardless. Taco hits one. But TRK took his own, and once again, those Deagles have been devils. And look at this, there's no one on A. This could be a bomb plant, to be quite frank. They've got to deal with the ticket presence, but otherwise, these mid players are focused on dealing with Taco at chair. They need to get a bomb planted quick. Lato taking a big risk here, assuming they wouldn't go fast in, and he is absolutely correct. He's going to fight forward. That's risky, indeed. He pays the penalty. It's all on to Henny now. And, well, Henny, too many angles to cover, gets caught out in the open. And that will be that. So a bomb plant again sustained. Only 2 players surviving. But the question for GODSENT is, with that bomb going down, with the economy still brittle for the CT side, do you risk another force here?
I think it's worth attempting to try and keep Team 1 honest and get yourselves back into it. But my feeling is, being down 5 rounds, knowing that you really do need the proper utility to execute here against a Team 1 squad that is actually looking pretty good, it might not be worth risking. But you know what? They're going to go for it anyway.
Based on the amount of yeet we've seen so far in their gameplay tonight, I'm not at all surprised, to be quite frank, that we're getting a little bit more. But Maluk and XNS just chew up these 2 players in towards mid, an absolute blender. That's the bomb as well, and it's all falling apart for GODSENT. No hint of a bomb plant in this one. Lato's gonna have to go hero mode if they're gonna get back through, and I don't know if he realizes another player's top mid. Well, they don't even need it. TRK just gets the kill. TRK just gets the kill. It's all on Annie. Mercurial Lopper wandering on out of Palace at some point. He's still got plenty of time. Unfortunately, he doesn't have anything else going in his favor, and it'll be a quick shot from TRK, who is looking good.
Oh, yes, he is. Look, TRK is right behind Pesa coming into this matchup at 264 frags and a plus 52 kill to death differential, and in fact leads the team in kill to death differential with that number. So that's pretty good on his side, and also has the best KDR, of course, as a result at 1.25. So he can certainly put up the numbers, and of course he has been throughout Challenger League. And I don't know, GODSENT just look lost at the wheel right now. I'm not sure what they need to do to kick things back into gear, maybe settle themselves down. A timeout wouldn't be a bad idea to talk things over, but I don't know. And he's going to wait here towards top mid for a push that does come his way, so he will get an upgrade to a rifle as Maluk gets a bullet to the dome. Pace is going to push in to try and cover the gap that was left there, and he finds a Deagle bullet to the dome as well. Here we go. Just pull out the Deagles. Kayota for GODSENT.
Might just be the new formula right now. IDK going to get the classic kill on in as I start to hype up GODSENT, and now they're deflating like an old balloon.
Deagles.
Down to 2v2. Lato, though. Yeah, finding that rifle. The problem is they don't have the bomb. Kind of a role reversal here. The CTs have top mid, and the Ts have either site. Okay. Just swap your spots. Everyone likes to keep things fresh, you know, on the server. Swap roles partway through the half. Zoom out. Wow, you almost believe he's just going to hit it. Based on the way the Deagles have been going tonight. That one doesn't connect, though. Now the rifle comes into fight. They know they got to play a top mid. Molotov will slow down this peak, though Lato could get on the ledge, I believe. And at least for now, XNS is going to be taking this fight alone. He'll call IDK back to him. Smoke might be late. They're double smoking it. He's going to try and get that bomb and get out of here. And if they do, well, they've got the site free and clear. Oh! 2 Mouse brought it down to just 1. IDK from full control to no control. And he's chasing ghosts. They're gone in the smoke. They've dissipated. It's all on IDK now. He doesn't realize it, but he's got just the one player isolated. So it's all about a duel with Lato here. And he's going fast. He's not taking any time with it. He's got the kill, and he's just going to stick it. And I don't know that Dumao's going to get there in time. He's got to race car it. And no, the kit's enough. IDK realized the situation and snatches away the round.
Oh, Dumao had to circle around a little bit faster, but obviously he was going for a different type of play. Wasn't expecting his teammate to go down. And, well, once he does, he tries to race back to get that bomb and prevent it from being defused, but it just does not happen. Oh, that's heart-wrenching for GODSENT. As the Deagles were singing, all 5 frags coming with the Deagle, in fact. Let's see if they can do it with the rifles this time around, as they will have a full-on buy of 4 AKs and the op. Team 1 are threatened to take Mirage with a very substantial advantage in terms of rounds. Only 3 more needed for this to be a complete rout, assuming GODSENT does not come back into it. But they are going to go for this mid-control. Maluk might try to go for a shot here. No, he does not, and that smoke deters him from exposing his position any further.
Maluk's not often the guy to go for the flashy play. He's a dependable piece here for Team 1. Been quiet in this one, but obviously with a 13-6 scoreline, you don't really care what numbers the IGL's putting up. Provided it's working. Oh, good. Overexposed here, but he's going to get the shot. Dumao punish? No, he's been seen. It'll be Heady instead. The wall bang. And suddenly, this round is in doubt. TRK. He's been an absolute turret for the team. They need him again. Also doesn't have the health for a sustained fight, but Dumao does, and it's all on the XNS. And,
wow.
Well, that did not last very long. So GODSENT right back into it. As you were building the case for them to be out, John, they kick that door wide open.
They really do, and that was some of the best team play we've seen so far in this match from them, because you saw the low player. I think it was a Dumao. Anyway, either way, there was a low player in Palace who doesn't peek out, waits for the reinforcements to come, and then they help him get out of a very tight spot, because if that peek had come through, then it could have been the advantage to Team 1 since TRK was popping off. But well played for GODSENT. All right, here we go. Maybe we got a match in our hands. We'll have to wait and see, as Team 1 are down 2 pistols and an MP9. GODSENT trying to push up, and Pesa is actually going to be aggressive here. Down mid, Maluk can't do much, but TRK from Sandwich gets another. Can he find a third? No, but XNS strikes back. 2v2. Not clean at all for GODSENT, and very viable for Team 1, Mike. Yes!
Oh my goodness. He's got the rifle. He's on the flank. They have no idea. He's just spotted Lato's elbow. That just confirms what he already knows. They're not expecting this spot. He could have both. He's got both! Henny with the turn, but XNS with the backstab. And that's T1 to snatch away the round.
Oh, man. I mean, just I start talking about GODSENT. I mean, excellent patience, of course, from Team 1 and the flank as well. Just great work. The pistols singing for them this time around. Not the Deagles, the 5-7, but still, it doesn't matter. Team 1 managed to pull a rabbit out of their hat there. They regain control, although GODSENT will still have enough to invest in the full economy, along with full weaponry, 4 AKs, and the Galil, but still it can do damage. Thing is, XNS, no, he won't be able to do anything. Taka with the drive-by AK headshot, gonna make it a 5v4, and Lato trying to deliver the frag against Pesa, which he will be engaging very, very shortly. Gonna toss that Molotov. It's gonna force Pesa out of position. Nade comes through as well, and actually Pesa doesn't get connected on by that nade as much as you'd think, because he backs off in a direction that wasn't expected or anticipated by that nade toss. So still a chance here for Team 1 to defend against the push from GODSENT, who have now stalled out a little bit, but it seems like it's going to come to A. No, there's the flank again! TRK takes down Lato. This time, though, GODSENT knows at least, but they're pinched in.
Oh, down. That opens things up a little bit, but TRK's position is just so strong. There's a backstab coming, but Dumal's not been making quiet at this. TRK looked for it, didn't matter, still gets deleted. TRK and Maluk, what can they do here? What can the offer bring? That Molotov won't find much, but the lineup does!
Wow.
Bomb denied! It goes flying as well. It's much more exposed than they'd be hoping. That's a bit of a blunder from IDK. A little too much eagerness there. Maluk's gonna go to the rifle. Needs to get a reload off of it, though. That's going to slow him. Somehow they've slipped past, but the Molotov forces them into the open. Again, the player is low. 22 seconds. There's still utility here for the fight. They're coming for the fight, and Maluk's good for it. There you go. He comes into the clutch. The world slows down, and Maluk flexes on him.
I mean, look, GODSENT are going for some pretty straight plays to either site, not really having much lurk presence on the map, and as a result, Team 1 are just saying, okay, well, we'll just charge up on your flank and continue to do damage, which is what TRK did. And I mean, look, GODSENT haven't really been able to flex their muscles as much as we expected to. Mal's going to get the opener here onto TRK, though, so that's something, Mike. They need to win out, though, just to push OT.
That they do. With Henny Wing, there's still potential for this to fall apart. XNS making noise here. Taco. Gonna miss the head there, and he goes down.
Taco, no.
Oh, that's a disaster. That's a disaster here. But they're so out of position, John, that this round still should be a distant possibility, and they're not even going to try the retake. That's the correct decision. Taco loses the opportunity to pressure. Obviously gives an upgrade over as well, but it's not actually as catastrophic as I might have thought in the moment. It does not open up the retake, and it does mean that GODSENT at the very least are going to confirm an 8th round.
Still scary.
Yes.
Honestly, right? Well, Luke is going to take down Henny, so that's one rifle out of the hands of GODSENT, but still, I mean, they'll be able to buy up no problem into this next one. Nothing compared to CT side. And yeah, there you go. 8th round on the board. Still, this is a very tall order for GODSENT, and I think too little too late. They need to win 7 rounds in a row just to push OT. And looking at Team 1, they're on to map point. They've got not the best of buy-ups. Another MP9 and a FAMAS there, but it's an A1S, a Galil, and an op around them. And we did see that MP9 sing in the previous round. XNS catching off Taco. Honestly, had no business getting that frag. Taco should have had it, but does manage to pull it off. IDK going to flash out here towards mid, and GODSENT are going to be pushing up towards the apartments here. Maybe going to be a straight-on B hit, but they did leave one player towards mid, and that is Henny, to just make sure that no one from Team 1 is going to push their flank this time. Good to see the adjustment. Let's see if it pays off.
They're coming out. They're coming out with a fury. Dumal has the opener. That's the only player who's even in the zip code. They're giving it up. They're calling the save. They're backing right off.
Really?
Henny towards top mid could still find some damage, but yeah, Team 1 wants nothing to do with this. They're playing this safe, right? They're saying, look, we've got a bevy of rounds. We don't have a good economy. Wait until we actually have an advantage in a situation. There's no reason to chase after tough spots. If we make the right call, if we make the right gamble, if we have the right setup, boom, that's the round that you win. But if we're not in the right spot, that's fine. Let it go.
Yeah, I mean, don't mind it. Gonna keep these guns up and running and make their economy a little more stable. GODSENT don't really want to chase either. They want to keep what they've got, because it was already a little bit of a tough buy-up just to even get into this round, as they're settling for a Galil in Lato's hands, and that's going to be that. Bomb going to explode, and 9th round picked up by GODSENT. Talking about key pieces for GODSENT, just stay in this one. Lato at 22 and 16, leading the charge, and Dumal behind him, who's usually at the top with 18 frags, but still both players have been critical on the rounds that they've picked up. Missing in action, though, Mike, is Barton, and you have to wonder how much of that is confidence-based and psychological, because you never want to hear that you're the odd man out of a pickup by an org like 0-0 Nation. So, and confidence is so important in Counter. We talk about it so many times. We'll see if that psychological element will continue to be a factor here for Barton, or if it even is a factor. Maybe he's just having an off map. 1:30 on the clock here. Round number 25. Pesa waiting in connector, and a very heavy presence for Team 1 on the A site. Only one on B. So
Util coming in. It does seem like they may have made the right call, right? Mid's being taken, but there's nothing to tip GODSENT off about which way this lane goes. That's an interesting break. Breaking the shutter there might hold Pesadel in place, but he's still hearing the spam coming through from mid, so I don't think he's really been drawn in by that bluff. Now they're coming through. There's presence in jungle. There's presence by the ramp. That's dealt with. TRK down. He was the heavy hitter. IDK at the firebox could be an ace in the hole. Pace is accelerating. That one's given away for free. But he's still don't know that IDK's here. And at this point, I'm starting to think they've overlooked it.
They have.
And he's going for the plant. And he's down for the count. IDK going forward into the fight. Leaves himself exposed. Knew he couldn't stay there. But it's a 1v2. Time for some more Maluk heroics to put this map away. It's certainly what he's going to try. Same spot he was in last time. But this time, there's a man at ticket. Locto burns himself alive to get that bomb planted. It's a 1v1 now. A chance. Just get onto the defuse. It seems to be what he's going to do. Trying to pull Barton away. Trying to pull him into a fight. Barton's not flinching just yet. There's the stick. Oh, he's trying to pull off of it. Catches a few strays there. Needs to fight now. Can't rely on the spam. And another tap. Another tap. The smoke fade. And Barton with the shot to keep GODSENT alive. Double digits found. And another chance at life.
And the multi-kill round for Barton. Lots of life shown by him. He's got 3 in that one. Up to 10. Hits the double digits. And GODSENT also hit 10. 5 more rounds, and we're headed to OT, and GODSENT have looked pretty strong. I mean, look, Team 1 almost managed to pull it off, and Maluk made the right play. Throws the smoke onto the bomb. The only thing that would have been better is if he taps the defusal and then tries to catch off a peek from Barton. But, I mean, overall, very well played from him, given the situation that he was in. And looking at Team 1 now, they're just settling for the eco. They're going to have 4 Deagles and the Scout coming through into this round, up against, well, a full-on buy for GODSENT, because they have built up the economy and the weaponry to go full force into this one. Maluk waiting at window, has the Scout in his hands, wants to wait for the smoke to fade before making a play, but he is lined up to peek around mid as soon as it does. Dumao loves to open up some space for GODSENT. Has a peek around from underpass, but he's now backed off towards those B apartments. Not sure if that's where it's going to come. In fact, it looks like they're more so trying to get mid control before anything else. The thing is, Team 1's playing for exactly that. And he's going to get the opener onto TRK. Pace up, peeks around, tries to get the trade. Not going to happen.
Flashbang up. There's the cross. Pace low. Where are you? The palace push, but there is none. Should be strong positioning, and with that kill, it's getting rather dire. Pesa does get a little bit of revenge. Okay, come on, the flank. This could actually be a bit cheeky if he can hit these shots. They're gonna be hard. And now he's been checked. Now he's been spotted. No longer the element of surprise. Minimal opportunity, and Pesa might just try and save this rifle. It's a good call. IDK can slow things down, try and get another exit, try and get some damage, prevent them from hunting early. And, well, he does do exactly that. Now Pace is going to play a game of hide the AK-47 somewhere on Mirage. Yeah, hide and seek on CS maps would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
You seen the prop hunt videos that ESL has?
Yes,
those are. Oh god, those are great.
I was just gonna say prop hunt would be really cool. If that's what you're implying. Well, maybe. I'm sure there are some custom servers out there with a prop hunt mod or something.
It can be done. It can be done.
Right?
It's the break content, man. There's nothing like watching just an absolute. There's one with Navi where it's just someone's. I think it's bit. It's just a truck driving around Nuke, just trying to stay out of sight, and it's impeccable.
Next operation, Valve release
prop hunt. Dude, just all the Gmod games.
Why not? Well, GODSENT are still on the hunt right now for a win. They got 11 rounds, and they got 2 in a row here. Dumao opens up the site, as he's apt to do, and this is up against the full-on rifles this time for Team 1. Smoke going to get tossed on forward, and Team 1 trying to regain the space, but yeah, lots of Molotovs committed towards jungle, and he finds Maluk. Pesa's trapped, made it out of this completely. Oh my goodness, GODSENT are just laying it on with the utility, and it's willing to be a safe call, and he's picked on Dex and S. Pace does get one back, but that's going to be all they find out of this round. Pace just needs to get the heck out of here with the rifle. He wants to fight more, and that's a mistake. Taco gets him with the headshot. Round over. GODSENT full momentum right now.
Yeah, I don't know who has the kill streak going, but someone just unlocked an airstrike apparently for that round, because that was
No
just
kidding.
a godsend just throwing in some shots, just nades, mollies, what have you, utility obliterating Team 1. 3 mollies in towards jungle where they threw. If a player had been in that corner, they were burnt to a hinder. So, a little bit of an underpass push here. 2 players doing it. Barton farming. Oh,
nice shot.
a little bit of greed from Dumao is punished. Shouldn't really amount to much, but there's still a minute 30 to play, and as we've seen so far this map, pistols can do a whole lot of damage. Especially these Deeks. The Brazilian Deeks, man. One of the most terrifying things in Counter-Strike.
Yep.
You don't want to be that Ota. You don't want to be the other one. IDK will catch one and not going to get the second. So just the one, and unfortunately he's the only player who's anywhere close to the site. TRK's got an MP9 and might content himself with saving that. I don't know that that's necessarily a big prize, but with armor as well, it is something worth having.
Yeah, I think Maluk might be a little more adventurous here. Oh no, we found an AK. No reason to go further.
Never
Just
mind.
save the AK and get the heck out of there. If you can.
No.
Oh, nice hunt from Lato. Realizing there's an AK down, saying, you know what, might as well have a peek on those rifles and make sure no one's around. And, well, he gets rewarded for his efforts, and now TRK the last one standing. He will save the MP9, but this is all godsent right now. 15-7, I believe the scoreline was. They have got 6 in a row. May have even been worse than that, 14-6. But either way, look, it's it's godsent. That's showing the form we're used to seeing from them.
Maybe, you know, backs against the wall, they settle into the routine a little bit, things calm down.
Yeah. It's a
pressure off.
completely different look
From
from the beginning.
bit of a different look. Let's see if they can push it for 2 more rounds. Hunting for that overtime. Airstrike nade still coming in. This time they don't find anybody, though. Over on the Team 1 side, they've got a fair chunk of utility. The all-gun XNS is an interesting adjustment. Sacrificed head armor to find this, but obviously they won't need head armor unless the sidearms come out. Underpass push. They're going to take a pinch in towards mid, and nobody's fighting mid. That is a change-up for Team 1. Nothing being shown here. Nada. 2 sites basically operating on island. The entirety of the middle of the map left open.
That's a big risk.
It is that. Rotation certainly won't be an appetizing prospect.
I mean,
Double
I
push.
don't necessarily. Sorry.
Speaking of risk, double push out ramp, a smoke to cover it in case there's a player in Palace. But they're double pushing back through spawn, and this could get really spicy. Taco slips into the apartments in time. Where does Godson actually want to finish this? They don't have enough smokes to throw the wall of smokes on towards A, and at this point, Barton's walked out. He's finding a vacant
has to be
site.
B.
He's wondering where the heck everybody is. That's a good trade, but is there still a flank on player top mid? Is it going to be watched for? Now they're funneling in towards B. It's getting weird. It's getting wild, and the bodies are dropping. Can they get this bomb down? 20 seconds. The catwalk player, brutal, but that's not a
no,
kill.
Pesa.
The
Nade.
nade chases. Does it find it? It does indeed. The bomb's down. It's going to require some heroics from Lato. He's had a good game. He needs to be great now. First player found. He's been spotted. His position known. Trying to reposition. Trying to dance around. That's one. Maluk out of play. Lato dodging around the pillars. Gun barrel spotted. Information gained. Oh, he just gives them the slip.
What?
Oh, Lato, so snappy. Toying with them now. Trying to keep Pesa from getting close. Knowing that he has time on his side. And Lato's done it. 1v3. 4 in the round.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you weren't impressed by Lato up until this point, you should be impressed now. 1v3 isolates the players one at a time, even peeks into 2, finds the insta headshot, and goes right back into cover, not taking a lick of damage. What a play from Lato. Keeps GODSENT alive when it looked like all hope was lost, and now they're 1 round victory away from pulling back the comeback 15-7 to a tied scoreline. And there's Dumao to deliver the opening frag for his squad. Oh my goodness. 5v4 in favor of GODSENT. And wow, Team 1 have to be disappointed with themselves letting that one slip away. Now they're pushing into it, Mike. Oh boy.
They gotta fight. They gotta fight. They gotta try and find something. TRK has at least secured Palace. A rifle upgrade here, but look at this. The bomb is solo venturing out a ramp. Can he make it a bold maneuver here? Calling for his teammates like, hey, yeah, come here. Maybe he's a little bit too far up, but it'll work out to set up Dumao. Bomb should be fine to get planted now. It's going to require IDK to replicate Lotto's heroics of a moment ago, and his position's already given up. IDK battling through 50 seconds. Flashbangs, he could work with this, and the bomb's not down yet, so he does have time. Doesn't have to force it through this smoke. That audio cue, I think, given up, but a Molotov will prevent him from heading this direction. Did he get on the shutter? Ooh. Bot smoke ruins his plans. Back to connector it is. Oh, wait, that's Molly too. What are you even going to do here for IDK? They won't let him attempt this 1v3 retake. Come on, fair sportsmanship. Let him try the insane clutch. They're just making life miserable. What a nice bit of play from GODSENT to send us to the OT break. Eight rounds in a row to get us to this point, do GODSENT, as they dig themselves out of a very substantial hole. And now in overtime, we've got a MAC-10. That's unorthodox. Full money up, and Taco's breaking out the SMG. Let's see if he can get an entry with it. He's ahead of the Molotov. He's been spotted. That's a tough spot. And no, he doesn't get anything out of it.
I get it. Maybe a fast play, right? With the MAC-10 leading the charge, but,
Yeah.
you know, it just got taken out of play so early that they don't even get the chance to go for their first plan.
Nice utility usage from Team 1 to just slow down that take enough
Mm-hmm.
to isolate out the kill. Now, immediately, Taco dying there as the entry player. He has a MAC-10. It's not that valuable. But it is OT. You don't have to do that. Mid's been given over again as we saw Team 1 fall into this habit towards the end of the half, completely conceding mid control. Playing towards the sites instead. Looking like I might get a Chiefy to go for that ramp push again. This time they find resistance on the other side. And so for now, they will stand pat. And a smoke as well. That's timely. That prevents GODSENT from getting information, from getting the space taken in towards the site, but they're going to commit with the smokes regardless. Well, this is interesting. Molly hasn't spread to cover Pesa. Oh, that is the most fortunate spread of his life. He's still alive in the corner sandwich. And, well, if they had actually gone out, they wouldn't predict this. But they haven't gone out, and I have no idea what they're trying to actually accomplish here, John, because they are all over the map. And they've just now gained some space. Dumal with a big kill. But even if he gets this clear, they don't have time to rotate this bomb. So they're still going to go in towards A. It's a fake pull. I don't know. This is odd, and it won't work out. Penny down for the count. That was a very unorthodox attempt at a round for GODSENT, and it did not work very well.
Well, in this match, we've had before 15-7 scoreline and after 15-7 scoreline GODSENT. That one was before 15-7 GODSENT right there. I don't know what was going on. They were trying to split it up, trying to make something happen towards the B site, and I guess they looked at the clock and realized, oh, we don't have time to rotate now, so we just have to full send this to the A site regardless of the situation. I think it looked better on B, honestly, and I thought that's what their initial plan was going to end up being, because they had all that space towards mid. They had Cat open free for the taking and instead decided to stick around A a little bit too long, and well, that's all she wrote. And Team 1, again, Mike, they're giving up mid. GODSENT have to start exploiting this.
I mean, they've been able to gain the space, right? They just haven't done much with it.
Yeah.
They got the player under pass this time. They've got the util. Looks like they're going to come rocking out of the ramp, but it's Maluk who's going this first look, and he's got it. And he's away. He's away. He's away. Beautifully done. He won't get off the palace, but he does set up TRK for that trade. And now, pressure coming in. The GODSENT seeming a mixed bag of connects.
Why?
Taco goes out while Henny's mollied off, and okay, all right. Taco dies, they get nothing for it.
How are we back to this miscommunication again, Mike? I mean, why are you going out of your Taco when your teammate's mollied off? There's nothing to gain, and you won't get a trade out of it. You have to get a kill, and that's just an individual play. No reason for it. Now GODSENT have Henny isolated towards top mid, 1v4.
Charitably, I would say maybe he didn't get the calm that his teammate gets mollied in towards ramp, but if they're going to double swing that works a little bit better.
Yeah,
but
for sure it works better.
Obviously it doesn't. And Henny with 25 seconds is inching forward.
Okay.
That's a ripper. 20 seconds. If he takes this towards A, there's a chance. Pace in ramp is going to make that chance very difficult. Has he seen him? And he's dead as a result.
Okay. All right. Team 1. They lost 8 in a row at the end of that second half, but now they finally strike back and get themselves to 1 away from a clean sweep in this first half of the first OT.
It never fails, man. It never fails. When you have that slide of rounds to get into overtime, you immediately find the rounds you needed to win OT sets it.
Man, when it was 15-13, I thought it was done. Like, Team 1, that 3v1 that Lato pulls back, without that, obviously we're not here, so...
It was magnificent.
What a play.
Magnificent. A thing of beauty. Of grace. Pace. Just a slim corner between him and death. Who's death? We're about to find out. Maluk will find Taco first. So first Taco's death, and oh my goodness, Besa finds one. He's still alive. It's looking like a lot of death for GODSENT. Not so much on the Team 1 side. All on the Henny now with his AWP. And well, that's going to be a clean first half of OT for the boys on Team 1.
They didn't look stressed at all.
No.
Just another day at the office in that overtime. My goodness. And just GODSENT again. It looks like communication issues coming through, and I'd say all 3 rounds. The first one where they had no idea where they wanted to end up hitting. A couple of players pushing B, the other 2 waiting in A ramp, and nothing materializes out of it at the end of the day. And then afterwards, Taco pushing out, his teammates mollied off. They're not coordinated. It's hard to predict what's going to come next in this matchup. Momentum doesn't seem to mean anything at all. So, Team 1, one more round victory, and this one's done and dusted.
Could be it. We've been here before. Last time 8 rounds swung the other way. This time they only need 3, but it has to start here. Double ops out here. Taco picking up the secondary. Dumao goes aggressive. He gets one and lives and smokes, and he's away. Escape artist here from Dumao. They're coming out catwalk, but they're getting devastated by Lato. Hit a brick wall. That brick wall's name, Lato. Taco. Oh, missed opportunity. That would have been huge. That would have dropped the ball, but he'll go forward to find it all the same. And now with Maluk stuck in the apartments, he needs Pesa to make the play. And Pesa has just been spotted and tagged, and he might be fragged. Indeed, he is. So it's all on to Maluk now. This one looking like a slim possibility, but he'll start to make his way back over towards that bomb. If he could find it, his fortunes would change because he realized that Taco's already out past the smoke. C4 retrieve. Catwalk will be his undoing.
Yeah, that was one of the situations like he could be there. I'm going to check it, but he wasn't fully convinced that he would be in that position, so he didn't go around ready enough, and, well, the result was clear. GODSENT strike right on back finally at the beginning of the second half on their CT side to get a 16th round, and, well, oh boy, I've thrown all stats, all reasoning out the window here, Mike. It's just whoever has a least bad round or something that's going to result in victory here. I have no idea. Team 1 going to come through here, and they're taking the mid control. Interestingly, GODSENT replicating what they did, or what Team 1 did on their CT side towards the latter half of that second half.
Yeah.
And they are just waiting here, giving up mid completely.
No one wants to fight mid. With the util available, they're just not fancying it, right? When you got the full util sets to smoke off window, to smoke off connector, to put the Molotovs in, they don't fancy the chances here. Maluk's just spotted one. Taco will have seen him, so don't fancy another hop there to test the op. And a minute on the clock. This is going to be a B play. Players coming up connector, they're not connected. Or, sorry, up catwalk, they're not contested. They're coming on in. Words are hard, but shots even harder, and so far everybody's alive. There's Lato ending the peace agreement, and Lato with 2. He's dancing again, but the 2 are all that they will do. A retake necessary. This bomb going down here shortly. It's down to just 2, and that nade is chunky. Pesa softened. It boosted IDK. That could be the critical play. If he goes unchecked, he could decide the round, and Pesa is going to try and keep him clean. 30 kills already for Pesa. Time to stack some more. Just 2 more needed, and they've got them out. 2 more kills, but it won't come from Pesa. It's all got to be IDK. Up in the corner, they're clearing the spots. When do they realize where he has to be? Are they going to check it? Time's running short. Now Dumao has crossed. They're going to smoke it.
They got it.
Oh, and now it's been revealed. He's out. He's out of the smoke, but what's going on? They've got the defuse. Dumao out of bullets. Did it with the sidearm, and somehow, some way, GODSENT save that round.
I don't know. I don't know how to break that down.
Yeah.
You're IDK. You know exactly where the bomb is planted. You don't even have to move from boost spot. The smoke is guising you off. Just spray down the player who's defusing the bomb. There's nothing more you need to do. Force him off the defusal, which you would have done if you just spray it down. But he jumps off, goes around them, exposes himself, and then loses the round, which looked like a sure thing for Team 1. It seems like Team 1 do not like sure things on map point. That's the second time that they've really blown it. So here we go. Last round of the first overtime, Mike, and Team 1 appear to be content to go towards that B site again. I'm not sure if it's going to be a quick play or not here, as that Molotov will certainly slow things down from GODSENT's perspective, but they have to be happy that IDK didn't manage to get the jump on them.
Yes, absolutely. That smoke onto the bomb, all the difference. And throwing that out, who knows what would have happened here. IDK trying to be the point man here in towards the site. Lotho one and done. And a spot on the taco as well. He's dancing with death now, and he's overwhelmed. Advantage for Team 1 as they look to put this map away. The bomb will be going down. The rotations are slow here. And he just now starting to come off the site as he's looking for the player. Catwalk may have spotted him. It's going to be the 2 in market. With that clear, all 3 should group up and go for this. Let's see what they can find. XNS now on the edge of the door frame. Does he have utility? Flashbangs are in his hands. And that's going to be the flash to set him up. He's got 2. It's all in the head. He no health. This one should be beyond the pale. He's hit the first. The time is expiring. He doesn't have a kit. He could get to 1, but they're just not going to give him the fight. They need to stay alive. That's all they need. And there's no longer a possibility of this one. XNS, the final.